Nothing excites football fans more than a new signing, but sometimes the dream purchase turns into a nightmare. Success is never guaranteed, no matter how big the transfer fee or how talented the player. For every bargain purchase, there is usually a failure somewhere else. Here are some of the worst transfers in football history. Kaká to Real Madrid. Kaká became the most expensive player of all time when Real Madrid signed him for €67 million, but the former Ballon d'Or winner never replicated his Milan form at the Bernabeu. At his peak, Kaká was a world-class attacking midfielder, but injuries robbed him of his pace and dynamism. Pelé once described Kaká as the complete player, but unfortunately he was not that at Real Madrid. Kaká lost confidence in Spain, which contributed to his decline in performances. Even when he was fit, José Mourinho preferred Mesut Ozil or Ángel Di María in his position. In his last 4 years at Milan, Kaká scored 70 goals and provided 39 assists in Serie A and the Champions League. In his 4 years in Madrid, he scored 28 goals and provided 26 assists in La Liga and the Champions League, a significant drop. He eventually returned to Milan, but was never the same player after leaving the Italian club for the first time. Robinho to Manchester City. It's easy to forget these days that Robinho was once considered the most talented young player in the world. Many thought he would dominate the game in the same way that Messi or Ronaldo did. Robinho joined Manchester City from Real Madrid for £37.2 million. However, he made a poor first impression when he claimed to have accepted a deal from Chelsea, forgetting which club he had signed for. Robinho started well for City, scoring 12 goals in the first half of the season, but the Brazilian soon became more of a problem than a solution. He was unpopular in the dressing room, and manager Mark Hughes was angered by his late-night partying. The goals dried up and Robinho was eventually dropped from the team. City conceded defeat and loaned him back to Santos before he joined Milan in 2010. It was an expensive and disastrous signing for City. Eden Hazard to Real Madrid. Eden Hazard had been dreaming of a move to Real Madrid for years, and in 2019 he finally made that dream come true. Real Madrid paid €100 million to sign the Chelsea forward, although some reports suggest the real figure may have been closer to €160 million. Either way, the club failed to see a return on their investment. Real Madrid had hoped that Hazard would fill the void left by Cristiano Ronaldo's departure, but in a season and a half at the Bernabeu, Hazard made just 35 appearances. The Belgian was plagued by injury problems, which was surprising given that he played almost every week for Chelsea. When he was fit, Real Madrid failed to get the best out of Hazard, who looked a shadow of his former self and has scored just 4 goals so far. Real Madrid would probably like to have kept the receipt. Ángel Di María to Manchester United. When Ángel Di María signed for Manchester United, fans thought the good times were coming back to Old Trafford. Louis van Gaal had replaced David Moyes as manager and the club had just signed a world star in Di María, breaking the British transfer record with a £67.5 million transfer fee in 2014. Di María scored a memorable goal against Leicester, but that was his only real highlight. It's surprising that Di María has failed to thrive in the Premier League, given that he had shown at Real Madrid and has been excellent at PSG ever since. It shows that football is a human experience. Van Gaal failed to get the best out of Di María on the pitch, and the player also struggled off the pitch. His wife struggled to adapt to England, and the family were left reeling when an attempt was made to break into their home. In the end, United were happy to let him go after just 1 year. Kepa Arrizabalaga to Chelsea. Chelsea broke the world transfer record for a goalkeeper when they signed Kepa for £72 million. The club saw him as a successor to Thibaut Courtois, who had left for Real Madrid. Initially, Kepa was not too bad, but as time went on, errors began to creep into his game. He also caused a controversial scene at Wembley when he refused to be substituted in the League Cup final. Maurizio Sarri wanted to take him off before the penalty shootout, but Kepa stayed on the pitch. Manchester City won on penalties to lift the trophy. Things got worse in Kepa's second season, when he made several costly mistakes and finished with a save percentage of 54.5%, the worst in the Premier League. This meant that almost half of the shots he faced were scored.